Greeting. Welcome back to Raise Wisdom. Today we're going to talk about a very important part of quantum grammar. And this part is the position in Lodial. And position in Lodial, we touched on in the last video. Lodial meaning contract, originality, location, which give you ownership. And your position is your setup, how you're going to start the sentence, what your position is going to be. Now, you only going to use 4 positional word. There's more, but I find that 4 is the most accurate, and all the other ones, if you use them, you would have to give closure on what these mean, because these 4 are very simple. I'm going to give them to you right now. It's for, by, of, and with. And you could mathematically certify for, by, of, and with frontward and backward, because the opposite of for is by. The opposite of with is of. And any other word that you use for your position, you would have to give the opposite for that. Because remember, quantum grammar is a math problem, right? If you use 2 plus 3 equal 5, okay, if you're gonna do it backward, you're gonna do 5 minus 3 equal 2. So that's how the position is set up, as the plus and minus. That's the position. You could see it like that because that's exactly the same operation and function it serves as. So if you're using it in your sentence, when you write it backward, you have to be able to use that same position. That's it. The opposite of that position must be applied to the sentence for it to make sense. Now, I've seen a lot of people use quantum grammar, and in their sentence structure, they use different positional word. Like they would say something like, for the claimant's knowledge of the apple is in the possession by the claimant. Now, how would you use in? What would be the opposite of in? Do you have closure on that? I would like to see your closure. If you have closure in any other position other than for, by, of, with. Because I find that because sometimes when you write the sentence in quantum grammar, you use this position, it sometimes may sound off, but in fact, it's just because we're not used to listening to quantum grammar, which is a math problem. It sounds off to us, and so therefore we like to suspend disbelief and use a fiction word, put a fiction word in there, so that we could enjoy the sound of the fiction of or the ease of the sentence. But actually, when you do that, you just left to Disney World, because your sentence is now fiction. That's why you want to stick to the facts. And this is what quantum grammar is all about. If you're not able to write a sentence that's mathematically certified frontward and backward, then you have to admit that your sentence is written in fiction. And this is what the position Lodial set the sentence to be written as facts. And that's their function. Now, I mentioned there's only 4 positional word that you ever going to need in quantum grammar. And this is mostly true for Lodials as well, because Lodials, you're mostly going to be using about 4 as well. And these 4 are the, this, these, and a or an. Like when you use the word like authority, you can say by an authority, or by a authority, or by the authority, or by this authority, or by these authority. You see, by is the position, and this, these, a, and is your Lodial. Again, Lodial is giving you the location and the ownership and the originality of the contract. And if you decide to use any different position Lodial, that could be fine as long as you have it in your dictionary. You give closure to the terms and condition of these position and Lodials, what they mean, the definition. Okay? You got to have every word that you put in your sentence, in your contract, in your dictionary. You have to have it. If you don't have closure on these words, then you playing a game. And if you don't ask for closure on the words that's in the contract, anybody try to contract with you, then you playing a game. This is the game that is rolled out for everybody to play. And if you don't have grammar knowledge, you will be screwed over. I guarantee it. It's set up to be in that way. And this is not hidden. Even some teachers, when I speak to them about this quantum grammar and the mechanics and how it works, they get very uncomfortable speaking to me. A lot of them is because they know what I'm saying is a fact. It troubles them because they know that's how they've been ordered to teach this stuff. But you and I don't have to learn how to read and write in fiction. We can learn how to read and write in fact. By learning quantum grammar, it automatically gives you the opportunity to be one of the few that ever lived to be able to speak and write and read in quantum grammar, which is correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, language, performance. Now, this is a very basic video on how you can use the position in sentences. And remember, when you writing a sentence, you only allowed one verb, and there's only two verbs in quantum grammar. Running is not a verb. Swimming is not a verb. Fighting is not a verb. Eating is not a verb. There's only two verbs in the English language and in quantum grammar. One of them is singular, which is, and the other one is plural, which is are. Is spelled I-S, are is spelled A-R-E. And once you have your verb, which is your verb of thinking, then you could add your fact. You see, you have your position, Lodial, fact, position, Lodial, fact, then your verb of thinking. Now, when you write in a sentence in quantum grammar, you want to have two facts set up first. Two position Lodial in the beginning of the sentence. You have a position Lodial, fact, position Lodial, fact, and then your verb of thinking. And this is where you use your possessive. Your possessive will be with the. This is your other position Lodial set. With the. With the what? Well, if you're a claimant, what are you going to do? You're going to claim something, right? What are you going to claim? Whatever that is a fact to you, you're going to claim that thing. So you could write a sentence that goes like this. For this claimant's knowledge of the facts is with the claim of the correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, language, cognition. You see how I have position, Lodial, fact, position, Lodial, fact, verb of thinking with my possessive, with my claim, and that has to do, the consequence of that claim is correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, language, cognition. See, your position, Lodial, fact, that first fact is your cause. And of the facts, that second fact is your consequence or your concern. And then you go on with the verb of thinking, with the possessive, which is the claim. You're possessed with this claim. And the claim is correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, language, cognition, meaning that you have perfect understanding of correct sentence structure. And your next position, Lodial, will be with the competency and performance by this claimant. You see that? Another position, Lodial, and position, Lodial. The with the position, Lodial, competency and performance. That means you are competent in quantum grammar, and you can perform it, making it very clear what you're conveying in your sentence, so there could be no mistake whatsoever. And then you have your by the at the end, which gives you authority, which you broadcasting authority. You taking authority, you taking jurisdiction over everything that's in the paper. Everything from the bottom up is you taking jurisdiction of your paperwork. A lot of paperwork document out there doesn't have any authority autograph at the end of the paper. And this is done on purpose. And you go and contract with a piece of document like that doesn't have any autograph at the end. It may have a signature or a computer generated something, print, and you contract with that. That's basically a unilateral contract. You contracting, you're the only one that signed the paper. That's not in contract laws. There must be two autographs in a contract for it to be a legit contract. If you're the only one signing any piece of document, that's an unlawful contract. But since you consent to it, well, we all know once we consent to a contract, you must honor that contract you consented to. But however, if the person that gave you this contract never gave you closure on the term and condition of the words that's in the contract, well, they just violated contract laws as well. So that voids the contract. It's a no contract contract. And you can learn how to expose this by learning quantum grammar, learning syntax, learning how to do partial words, and learning how to do your live-life claim, and learning how to do your own dictionary, and learning how to speak and write in quantum grammar. And this is what Raised Wisdom is here to do. It's here to help you learn this technology. Yes, quantum grammar may seem out there too much, but once you grasp it, I promise you, it will be easy for you. It will be smooth sailing for you. It will take you time to grasp how the mechanics work in quantum grammar, but it's really straightforward. It's a math problem. Any one of y'all could do a simple math problem like 2 + 3 = 5 and do it backward, and you still have the same answer. That's all quantum grammar is all about. Now, if you can't do that with any other piece of document, you already know what's up. That piece of document is written in fiction. You don't consent to fiction document. You wanna stop and correct it. If you ask the person that write a fraudulent sentence, because that's what it is, it's fraudulent because they never give you closure, how they was gonna use fiction grammar to persuade you to contract with them. Once you ask them to stop and correct and they don't want to stop and correct, well, now you have jurisdiction. First of all, you have jurisdiction from the get-go. Once you have quantum grammar knowledge, you have grammar knowledge, it's an equal level playing. Just like if you have the knowledge of 2 + 3 = 5, it's an equal level playing. Nobody can come and tell you 2 + 3 = 17 or a piece of pie. You are going to feel jurisdiction, authority over that statement, period. And that's how quantum grammar works. I'm going to keep these videos short, and I'm going to do a more advanced video on how to use the position Lodials to construct a sentence. That would be sometime in the future, and I will have links below. If you want to further your knowledge in quantum grammar, you could contact us and we could set up a screening, because this technology is not for everyone. If you think you're going to use this technology to try to cheat or hurt someone, well, guess what? It's not going to work for you. Okay? This technology is the most powerful thing anyone have ever come across in history. This technology have the power to stop all wars, because no one ever went to war over a math problem. You get that? Now, why would this technology be hidden from everyone? Because of their lack of knowledge. Everybody's going and consenting to secondhand knowledge, completely unaware of the facts. And this could all change. And this is what Raise Wisdom channel is here for, to help you learn this technology if you want it.
Like and subscribe and hit that bell button.